Cancel.
Schweezy.
So it's Halloween. Halloween has just passed. I actually am recording this on Halloween. But the thing with Halloween is how do you throw a Halloween party? So that's the question I have for you today. How do you throw a Halloween party? Luckily, friends over at WikiHow are here to help us out. Now, I don't hate WikiHow. I actually think WikiHow is great. But the problem with WikiHow is on their quest for how, a lot of nonsense gets in there, and it has to have nonsense, or else we don't know the how to anything. So today we're going to learn how to throw a Halloween party. Halloween parties are often large, memorable events full of friends, crazy costumes, and sometimes even games or contests. If you want to be the person who throw an unforgettable Halloween party that your friends will talk about for weeks to come, you'll need to first choose your guest list and kind of a party you want to have. After that, you'll need to decorate your home and make sure everything goes off without a hitch. So let's just jump right into this, see what's going on. Deciding the guest list and structure. Invite people who might not have otherwise met. Because yes, that's important. Making sure that all your guests have met before. Or work friends that you play with on a team, friends that you do a hobby with, like music, like music. I was like, okay, that's, for me, I do music as a job. So for me, I guess that counts as work friends. Classmates, yeah, that's probably, the first rule to any party. Just invite people you know. Ask your neighbors to the party. Generally, people respond better to bad news or difficult situations when warned beforehand. Actually, a really good life hack. The fact that you're like, I'm going to invite our neighbors to the party, so they're not going to get pissed that we're throwing a party and can potentially annoy the shit out of them. That's generally a solid idea. A solid idea for all of us to learn from. That's a good life hack. Invite your neighbors over. Because if they're there, they're not going to call the cops on you. That is actually a really good plan. I would tell you, y'all need to do that at least. 3, balance people density with space. Even if you have a large house, you should try to balance the number of people you invite with the amount of space you have available. Remember, some people will want to sit and eat while others want to eat while shit. That's actually a good point. But also at the same time, how many fucking people do you know? See, I'm like, I don't think I know enough people to be like, I don't think we have enough room at this party. And you plan on having a ton of people like that, maybe choose a different venue to have it at. I mean, I've lived in, areas that have quite the country setting, so therefore it's not too hard for me to just be like, hey, let's have a party at your place or something like that. You set up a party, and that's where you do it and everything. And so that's a great idea to do that. My in-ears are falling out, and I got to put it back on so I can continue to go. But I guess deciding less guest witness. I generally go with the idea, just gonna throw a party, just let anyone come, don't have enemies. If you have enemies, make sure that you know that you don't like them. I think that's just a good plan and everything. And if you think you're gonna have more people, just pick a better venue. It's a good idea to have a good venue like that. Optimize your space in your daily life. You likely don't need wide walkways and uncluttered tables. Well, these can cause a mess or create a tripping hazard during your party. If you're not careful, you may want to. Okay, yeah, that's generally a known fact that maybe friends, we need to reorganize the place. I do know if you have things in the way, you need to undo it so more places to sit and stuff like that. And that's really good advice. Some of these just sound like it's a party. When are we going to get to the Halloween? That's what I want to get to. Mix up the traditional order for your party. Why is it fucking spin the bottle on the ground? This sounds like we're talking about making an adult party. We're throwing in a party that adults will go to, and just fucking spin the bottle on the ground. Mix up the traditional order of your party. Parties tend to follow the same order. You might have your party more memorable by switching up in order of events. Instead of having people socialize until the food is ready, why not have a small game with a prize? You might have Guests throw cards into a hat to score points. Guests vote on each other's costumes. Guests play a game of skill like darts. Yeah, isn't that kind of like a typical party thing? Like, get a projector, you put it up outside, or, Jackbox Party Pack is always fun. That's what I like to do. Just bring that over. We all play that. It's a good time. It's a good time playing Jackbox. So you can't have a bad time playing Jackbox. It's no problem at all. You should always have like games or kind of ideas and like things you can do at a party, which isn't too bad. Most people have board games. People who throw parties are gonna have board games. I tend to like to bring Cards Against Humanity to places because it's fun to do, and so I have my own custom cards and makes it fun, and stuff like that. Keep the main elements of your party separate. Some party planners define the 4 main elements of a party as the entrance, food, drink, and music. You should try to keep these 4 elements separated by some space. This will help you avoid causing congestion between people arriving to your party and people enjoying your party. I mean, that's just kind of like you're going to keep the food in the kitchen, and typically with the food, that's where you keep the alcohol. So that's pretty normal. And then you'd have like a living room where people live. So that's also a life hack. I think everyone needs to know that if someone ever breaks into your home and tries to kill you, but you're in the living room, they can't do anything because it's the living room. Therefore, there's no you only live in there. That's the rule. Number 7. Make it a potluck for a party on a budget. Yeah, that's usually like everyone brings some food or something like that, or you have some other friends be like, hey, but it's a good idea. I will always say it's a good idea if you're the host of the party to always get like the main food element, type of thing. Like if you're gonna get pizza, you buy pizza. If you buy, wings, you get wings. Burgers, you get the burgers. Pulled pork, You do that. That's just my general rule. But that you make the main thing and then just ask everyone to bring like soda. Maybe have a couple friends. Hey, can you bring some soda or can you bring drinks? Like chips or some shit. Like, just be cool. I had some friends and like a lot of them are a lot more, more wealthy than I am. And so I'd bring like some fucking dumb $2 bottle of wine from Trader Joe's, and they'd have like these $80 bottles of wine. I'm like, I don't know why I brought this and stuff like that. So most of the time I just bring pizza rolls. And if you're hanging out with wealthy people, I'm gonna tell you this: go to wealthy people parties and bring pizza rolls. That shows, 1, you're trash like me, and 2, you're gonna blow your mind with what pizza rolls are. That's a fact. You're gonna blow their mind with the fact about pizza rolls. So that's a really cool thing. But yeah, that makes sense. Potluck. Everyone bring their own drinks and stuff like that. Express costume expectations clearly. That is important for a Halloween party. You do have to do the costume party. This is a costume party, and everyone needs to dress up. That is very important, because if you're like, you actually do need to make it very clear, especially if you don't want it to be a costume party or it's optional. I don't make it optional. People already know. You can't force people to be fucking wearing costumes to shit, but you should highly encourage and make it a clear point. This is a costume party. Everyone wear a costume. It's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely do that. I always wanted to in college do a Halloween party, or a costume party, but it's not Halloween. I always thought that would be fun. So yeah, you do. That's very good for a Halloween party. Make that distinction very clear. Make sure you do that. Send out your invitations. Halloween is a popular time of the year for parties, so if you're going to be RSVP, don't send out a fucking physical card. Facebook events, those are really good for parties, because it's a good way to communicate with a lot of people, even if you don't have their numbers, and other people can invite other people. You can make it private, stuff like that. Those are always great ideas and stuff like that. And you should also text your friends, be make sure they're coming to the party. Your ride or dies. They have to be there, so you should definitely personally text them and stuff like that. I'm one of those guys who I guess a lot of people are just they always have a party or whatever and always have people hanging out. And I'm not one of those people who just goes over all the time uninvited. So they do have to invite me. And I have friends who are yeah, you just come over whenever the fuck you want. Whatever. So that. So that's cool. All right, I guess we're on to part 2. Transforming your home for a Halloween party. Choose a classic soundtrack or make use of spooky sound effects. The Monster Mash. There is some actual Halloween playlist on there, but it's Thriller, superstitious, somebody watching me, the Monster Mash, which is not actually the song Monster Mash. It's about a song called Monster Mash. So the actual song Monster Mash, we don't know what that is. And it's very confusing, stuff like that. But I'm going to be honest with you, you don't have to play that shit. That is completely optional. One I don't think is optional, Halloween-themed accents. Now, this is better if you live with a woman. They're the ones who are better at buying useless decorations for your apartment, and I absolutely love that shit. Friend's mom had one. Happy fall, y'all! Another one had, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus in here. And shit like that. Like, that shit makes me laugh all the time. And because it's like no man has ever thought to buy that shit. No man has ever thought. It's like 100% a woman, and you could be a trans woman too. It's okay. It's okay. But it's only, you have to identify as a woman to be interested in buying that shit. Those are the only people. Like Hobby Lobby, what can a man buy from Hobby Lobby? It's not a lot. There's a lot of things. You can buy things from Hobby Lobby, but like, they don't want that shit. It's like, Halloween is solely in business because of women. And that's a fact. But yeah, dude, I do think, though, Halloween decorations will make a Halloween party better, but it's better to have a woman help you out with that, because men don't buy shit for that. Research Halloween-themed recipes. You don't have to do that. I'm gonna say you don't have to do that. The decorations will make it a Halloween-themed party. I think that's just gross. Like, there's worms in this and shit like that, looks like it's blood, but it's was it blood on the marshmallow? I'm like, you don't need to do that. That needs to be completely optional. I'm saying that's completely optional. Just, you don't have to do that. I'll say that. Put together some party favors. Added nostalgia for the goofy bags. If you're drinking at this party, you don't need to do this. I'm gonna straight up say, you don't have to have goodies for your friends. They're barely gonna make it home, so I don't think those are necessary. Play a background movie to watch your theme. Yeah, sometimes a lot of people get together. We watch scary movies and stuff like that. Horror movies, that's very normal. I think it's a lot of fun. If you're able to do it outside, you can get a projector. I've realized that projectors, like, they're not like 4K really good, but you can get like a 720p or a 1080p monitor for or a projector for like $50, $50 to $100. I wouldn't say use it as like your regular TV or regular watching stuff, but for like every once in a while, you go in the backyard, put it on the house, have some fun. Really works out great. So that's really cool. Adjust your party lighting and with Halloween in mind. That's more like that's more for women. So if you have a woman in your life, they will get these decorations right. There's a lot of women out there whose entire personalities are based on the day of Halloween. Just to be clear. Then there's, now we're on part 3. Throwing an awesome Halloween party. Expect uncostumed guests. Yeah, I think I already mentioned that. That's very obviously. If people don't want to wear a costume, they're not going to wear a costume. But it's more fun if you do. There's costumes you can make that are just barely any effort. Introduce your guests. That's just hosting a normal party. Being like, hey, this is them, and if you go to a party, you just need to know, like, you need to start talking to people. If you're like, I'm an introvert, I don't want to talk to anyone, like, don't go to fucking parties then. Just don't stop having fun. Have fun with your fucking cat, What the fuck is this guy? That's going in the thumbnail for sure. That guy. Play games with a twist. Let's play Halloween game. That's already like setting up the party. We all know Halloween movie trivia. You don't have to play a specific Halloween. It just has to look. Everyone wears costume. It's just an excuse to get drunk. Replenish food and drinks when necessary. Yeah, that's being a host. That's a normal thing. Half of this is just how to throw a party. And then there's a couple things added in there, be like, Halloween. That's necessary. This is rearrange furniture, deflect the flow of movement. Yeah, we've already kind of went over that. And that's it. So exciting. Thank you, wikihow.com. You taught us everything we need to know about throwing the perfect Halloween party, or just a party in general. Hey there, you just checked out a highlight from Cancel Schweezy. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you learned something and that you are now a smarter individual. Just so you know, we have full episodes and other many highlights available now. Click here for the next best thing that you can go check out as well. And make sure you press that subscribe button and press that notification bell. That way you get updated anytime we make a new post or anytime that we make a new highlight or full episode. So thank you, honk if you love butt drugs, and stay awesome.